I secured 3,200 acres of protected wetland under a federal conservation easement with mapped water, channels, and restricted access zones. The boundary lines were recorded with State Wildlife Enforcement Authority attached to my position. The swamp carried shallow flats and dense reed beds that limited navigation to marked corridors. That made every movement inside it predictable. The airboat started appearing at dusk. It ran wide arcs across nesting zones without using the legal channels. Spotlights swept the reeds in fast passes. Gunfire followed the light. I documented 3 separate entries with coordinates and sound logs, each time they exited before backup could reach the area. I issued a formal warning through registered notice tied to vessel identification. They ignored it. On the 4th night they returned earlier. The engine noise carried across the flats before sunset. I was already positioned inside the central corridor. I brought in a tracked amphibious excavator mounted on sealed pontoons. Its weight distribution allowed stable movement over the marsh surface. I moved it slowly into a choke point between 2 shallow ridges. The corridor narrowed to less than 30 feet. They entered at speed. The fan wash flattened the reeds ahead of them. Their spotlight moved left to right in wide sweeps. I held position. They committed to the channel without reducing speed. I rotated the boom outward. The bucket lifted above the waterline. The machine rose visibly from the reeds. They saw it too late. I dropped the 2-ton steel bucket directly into the water path ahead of them. The impact displaced water and forced an immediate correction. The driver cut hard to the side. The hull clipped the pontoon track. Momentum carried the boat upward and over its own edge. It rolled once and inverted. The engine stalled underwater. The fan stopped instantly. The spotlight disappeared. 3 of them surfaced in waist-deep mud. Their equipment sank around them. The current was too slow to clear debris, but enough to spread it. They tried to move, but each step sank deeper. I shut down the excavator and called in enforcement units with exact coordinates. They remained in place because there was nowhere to go. The waterlogged engine could not restart. The firearms were recovered under supervision. Each item was logged against prior violations. The vessel was seized under conservation enforcement statutes. The arrests followed without resistance. Their access ended at that location. The channel remained closed to unauthorized entry. The record now tied their activity to a documented enforcement action. Nothing about their movement inside the swamp remained untracked after that. Would you release them with a warning or file every charge available under law? Like and subscribe if you want more stories where control becomes permanent.